Hi everybody. This video I am going to explain the internet programming, the second chapter, the introduction to JavaScript. Okay. So in this JavaScript, first we are going to see the sample program. How the JavaScript program. You see the general structure of the JavaScript program. Okay. So see one output of one JavaScript program. So this is one output of JavaScript program. My JavaScript, and below having one button. Click me, display date and time. This is one output. How it is displayed? How to write the program for this output? Okay. So in the JavaScript, you have to again follow the HTML program. So in that HTML program, you include the JavaScript concept. Okay. So all these HTML programs, we know that the basic tags of the HTML program. So the HTML, let's see the first line. That is HTML. It's open HTML tag. And body, this is also that is open HTML tag, that is body statement. Next, second, that is to go into display one heading h2 by using the h2 method. Suppose we are going to display an heading. Here we have 6 types of tags: h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, h6. So I have choose second heading h2. So my first JavaScript. Okay. So consider this output. In that output, we have one message. My first JavaScript. Okay. So this is a first output. My first JavaScript. This is my first output. So whatever have the heading tag, automatically it will show the output. My first JavaScript. Okay. Now continue. Next, I am going to include the JavaScript program. Here we have the another one output. This one button. The button name is click me to display date and time. Okay. So you have to create one button and give the name and click. Automatically it show the output date and time. Okay. So now otherwise you should go to online editor. So go to online editor tool. Online editor tool. Go to online editor tool. So in that we have the coding. So first line the HTML, second line that's body, next my first JavaScript. This is for output screen. Then we are going to create a button by using the tag. That is tag name is button. Open tag, that is button, is used to create a button. So the button name is the click me and display date and time. Here is the button name. Click me to display the date and time. So in that we have some concept, the JavaScript concept. So type equal to button, it specify the button, and on click. So whatever if you to click the particular button, it will display the output. Okay. So on click equal to the function document dot get element by id demo dot inner html equal to dates. Okay. So next one paragraph we have p open tag, that's close paragraph tag, that's id equal to demo. So this demo value, which demo value is assigned to with id, where it is displayed in paragraph. Okay. Now then body is closed and HTML is closed. Now just run your program. It show the output. My first JavaScript. Click me display and time. Just click your button. It show the date, day, month, year, and dates and time for the standard time. Okay. So this is our sample JavaScript program for example program. Okay. Now we'll continue with our slides. So I'll display the output and give the step by step coding, JavaScript coding, and we'll display the output. Okay. Then now we are going to discuss the introduction to JavaScript. So generally, the JavaScript is client-side scripting language. Already know these fabrics under that the client-side programming. Okay, so developed by Netscape for use within HTML web pages. Okay. Already you have studied HTML. So within the HTML you have to implement by using the JavaScript. Okay. So normally this JavaScript is based on Java. Have you heard about Java? It is based on the Java, and it is built into all major modern browsers like the Google Chrome, the Firefox, and Explorer, Safari, etc. Okay. So what are the capabilities of JavaScript? So that JavaScript acts as a programming tool for a web designer. Okay. So they can add dynamic features into HTML pages. Already we have studied HTML. Using the HTML, we have created the web pages by using additional features that is CSS. So in that HTML, we have to add some features by using JavaScript. Okay. Then what's the placement of JavaScript in the HTML file? Here we have include JavaScript in HTML file. So there are some of the way. So first scripting head in between the head section. That means the HTML tag. All of you heard about the tag, HTML tag, the head. A scripting head, open head to close head. So in between open head and close head section. Next, body, like that. JavaScript, HTML tags. Next, third, body and head section. The first only for head, second only between the body, third between body and between head section. Here the JavaScript is included in both head and body of the HTML. This type of script is called as inline JavaScript. Okay, this is very important. So this type of script is called as inline JavaScript. So what is inline JavaScript means? The JavaScript is includes both head and body of the HTML. Okay, it's called as inline JavaScript. Next, external JavaScript. The external JavaScript include in head, so between the head, open head and close head section. Here the JavaScript is an external file, and the JavaScript file is linked to the HTML file in the header section. It is linked with the HTML in the header section. So it is called as external JavaScript. Okay, so this is very important. Inline JavaScript and external JavaScript. Okay. Now, what's the difference between inline and external JavaScript? Earlier we discussed inline JavaScript and external JavaScript. So, difference between inline and external. For inline JavaScript, the code will be embedded into the same HTML document for this inline. External JavaScript code will be included in the src attribute of the script. Src is represent script. Src is the script in the HTML document. Okay. The JavaScript code will not be part of the HTML document. It is not a part of the HTML code. But inline only, it is embedded in the same HTML document, but it is not a part of a HTML document. This is the first point. Second point, difficult to maintain and slow. It is very slow and difficult to maintain for in inline JavaScript. But in external JavaScript, easy to maintain and faster execution, since the external file is stored in browser cache. Okay. So these are the two difference between the inline and external JavaScript. Okay. So then, creating a simple web page with the JavaScript. Creating a single web page with a JavaScript. Already you know the JavaScript is embedded inside the HTML code. Already we explained, we discussed. JavaScript consists of set of JavaScript statements that are placed within the script. Okay, we have used the additional tags in JavaScript. This script, this is open script, this is a closed script. Already you know what is open script, what is closed script. So open script is called as only within the greater than and less than symbol have any tag. So close tag means you have additional one slash symbol. Okay. So HTML tag in a web page. For this open script tag, alert the browser program to begin interpreting all the text between these tags as a script. Okay. For example, syntax for script. So open script, that is a closed script. How will you know is it open or closed? So open script means so within the greater than and less than symbol, you have the example script. Closed script is have the additional, you have one slash symbol. Okay. So within script open and closed script, you have the JavaScript code. This is a simple syntax for JavaScript. Okay. So here is some of the attributes of the script. So what are the attributes we have used in JavaScript? We have used two attributes. First one, language. Another one, type. Okay. First one is language, another one is type. So first is syntax, you have to study just the syntax. Generally you have open script syntax and closed script syntax. Now we extend from this syntax to here. So give the two attributes. First attribute language. They are also open script tag and close script. Close script between having two attributes, language and type. So the value of the language is JavaScript and the value of the type is text. Okay. So what is language? That is, this language is specifies the scripting language used. Here we have to use the scripting language. In case of JavaScript, the value will be JavaScript. Here see the value will be JavaScript. So see the value will be JavaScript. If other scripting language are used, then these attributes will take the name of the language. Okay. Name of the language used. This is an optional attribute. And type for second. Type to specify type. The attribute specifies the type of the code. It specifies the type of the code. Its value should be set to the text JavaScript. Already I have set text Java. Already I have set Keep in mind, this is very important because of this is a basic concept of JavaScript. Okay. Now you see the simple JavaScript program. Again, you see the HTML body, and you have to include our JavaScript. You will introduce our JavaScript concept. The script language equal to JavaScript, type equal to text. Then additionally you have one line added. Document.write. Document.write. It is used to display the output. That is a JavaScript program. This is one of the methods for displaying the output. Document.write. So within brackets we have two attributes, that is a simple JavaScript. Okay. Next JavaScript close JavaScript, again closed body, and again closed HTML. Okay. So now going to discuss. So through the online editor, I will explain through online editor for this program. I explain online editor for this program. Okay. Now just copy and paste it on online editor. This is an online editor. I have to mention HTML body and give the script whatever I have studied previous slide. The script language equal to JavaScript, type equal to text, and one output statement, that is document.write. Simple. Just run this program, we'll get the output. Simple JavaScript. This is it. How it should display? Simple JavaScript. Here, using the output statement, you have to the message simple JavaScript. The document.write within bracket simple JavaScript, it automatically display the output. Why? This is a simple program by using the JavaScript. Okay. Now again we will continue with our previous slide. JavaScript already explained. Now going to discuss about the commands in JavaScript. What are the commands we have used in JavaScript? So all of you heard about the C and C++. You have to use a lot of commands. Same commands you are used in JavaScript also. Okay. JavaScript support both C style and C++ style commands. Okay. The database. So database also the same. So allows three primitive database: numbers, string, and boolean. You have this JavaScript. Okay. Next, variable, that is JavaScript variable. I have given some of the examples. Variables are named container. For example, syntax. Variable where var, we specify the syntax. var specify the keyword. var is a keyword. Next, variable name is variable. var is a keyword. Variable underscore name is a variable. Whatever you want to give the name of the variable. Okay. So some of the examples variables. For example, number 1, where is already told this is a keyword. S equal to, this is a string. S is a variable name. This is a string. Now S is a string data type. Now S is a string data type. This is now a string data type. Next, second example. Where x equal 25. Now S is a number or integer. So now is acting as a number or integer data type. Okay. Third example. Now where s equal to true. Now s is a boolean data type, true or false, boolean data type. So both same variable declaration, but based on this value is depend upon the value, it will change the process. Okay, but same variable declaration, where s. But where s equal to within bracket, this is a string. It is represent the string. For number 25, it is represent integer or number, so true, or a boolean, yes, or no condition. Okay. Now, next we are going to discuss about some arithmetic and logical operations. I like to add about this. Arithmetic operations, the following arithmetic operations supported in JavaScript. All program language that we used. The plus, minus, star, slash, modules, plus and increment operation, decrement operator, comparison operators, equal to, not equal to, less than, greater than symbols, and logical operators, and or not symbols, bitwise operator, and assignment operators, and some conditional statements. Same JavaScript. So conditional statements, whatever you have to land in the C, Java, same. For if statement, if else statement, if else later statement, switch statement, past statement, some of the looping statements also. Okay, these are some conditional statements as already was studied. Now we will discuss some small example by using any one conditional statements. Okay, by using the online editor, I explain one simple program in online editor. Okay, for an online editor, I have to write some programs. I will take program from my workout programs. Now I explain one small if else later examples. Okay. This program already I have worked. I will take copy and paste from so this is one if else statement. Now the output is A is a first letter. Okay. Now I have to write in step by step. First you write in HTML, open HTML and closed HTML. Just listen. This is open HTML and closed HTML. This is a first step. Next, what I write means that this is JavaScript. So we have to use the JavaScript, open script and the close script. So you have to next line, you have to JavaScript and again close script. Okay. Now then next step, you have to use the variables where A equal to first letter. It is now only I discussed. Where A equal to within double quotation, you have to use first letter. This is one variable. One string, I used to string for this time. Where the keyword A is a variable equal to within double quotation the first letter, semicolon. Okay. Now then we are going to implement include if else statements or conditional statements. These statements is if include the if else statements. What are these? If A equal to first number. So condition AS means the output, by using the output statement we will display the output. Document dot write 1 is the first natural number. Suppose condition false, then goes to next if A equal to first letter, document dot A is a first letter, or otherwise document dot write nothing. Just run the program, you get the output. A is a first letter. So this is the output. A is a first letter. So this is a sample JavaScript program. Include variables and control statement, if control statement. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about another one example program for switch statements by using the switch statement. So same. By first you start with HTML. So open HTML. Just close HTML. Open HTML and start with HTML. Open and close. Now we are going to second. I use the script. I have to use the script. Here the open script and close script. We use the open script and close script. This script you have to declare one variable. Script type equal to text. Already you know the syntax, and you have to apply this script concept. Then variable where grade equal to A within single quotation A. It just check the grade A. Okay. Now then going to include with the statement switch concept. You know the switch concept. So switch. In all of you know the switch concept. Switch within brackets the argument A. Execute with the number of cases, case A, case B, case C, case F, last default. Suppose case A means you are use the document.write function, display function. You are using this the display function. You display the output. Destination or first class or second class or failed or did not appear the exam. So it's based on the grade. Okay. Now you will check the grade, which category. Just run the program to get the output. So destination. Output is destination. Okay, this is one example program for switch statement JavaScript. Okay. Now again continue with our previous slide. Okay. So next. Going to discuss about the functions. Functions in JavaScript. So functions in JavaScript. Here, so function means so calling, function declaration, function calling, function define. These are three statements in order that function. These functions contain some code that will be executed only by an event or by a call to that function. This can be called from anywhere within the base. It called from anywhere within the base or from other external bases. Suppose this function is declared from where the function can be defined either head or body. Already you heard about the head. These are tags are studied in HTML. So this HTML tags also used in this function. This function is going to include these HTML tags, HTML coding codes. So you have to use in head and body. Okay. So the most common way to define the function is optional for this syntax. First to study about the basic syntax concept is very, very important. So syntax for the script, you specify the first the script is open script, then type equal to text. Already you are studied the script concept. That's why it follows. Now continue with that is function is keyword. Function is a keyword. This is a function name. Okay. Try to understand. Very, very important. That is function is a keyword. function name is whatever based on our application. Next, within bracket parameter list. Okay. Then continue with the open close bracket statements. Within the open close brackets statements. Okay. Then close the script. Close the script. So this is very important. So working with functions means you want to know that. Then calling a function. One example. For script, open script. Then type equal to text slash JavaScript. Already you have the text. Then continue to close the JavaScript. Then function name. That is important. Function name. That parameter list. Close the script. So this is a syntax to invoke your function. Suppose we are going to use any program for calling this function. You have to use this calling a function. Okay. So this is also important. You have to learn well, study well. Okay. So before that, we want to know. I will explain some example again. So through online editor. Again, I have to explain some programs. So first of all, the basic programs, the function. By using the online editor, you have to explain some basic programs using the function. Okay. So first program, I want to now see the first of all, see the output of this program. So this is your own program. Just I will run the program and I will get the output. Click me. Now I click me button. It will show one message. This is my first function. Okay. How it's possible? Now already know the HTML head is open and the HTML head closed, and this script also previous slide only studied the scripting language, and this continue with the function. Function is the keyword, next function name, and within bracket the output statement. So this is my first function. That's what we are displayed. When I click the click me button, it will show this is my first function. So this is my first function. This is the message. How it is possible? By using the click button. Already we have discussed in first slide. Okay. From this input type equal to button, you have to first you want to create a button. But I want to create a button by using the function type equal to button. Then value equal to click me. Value means this button name is a click me. The button name is a click me. So value equal to click me. I will written double quotation. Then on click equal to first function. On click means suppose we will click this click me button. Automatically this function. This is a calling function. This function is called to where? Here. This function. Automatically call this function. Then to display the message. This is my first function. Okay. So then only you are clicking the click me button, automatically display the output. This is my first function. Okay. This is our sample program for to display the function message. Then another one program. See the another program. So just alert dialog box. Alert the dialog box. First see by using the alert message or alert keyword. Now we refresh this online editor. So within this HTML tag, I will give some coding. Here see within the head open, head close. Open head and close head. Now see one line. Script open, type equal to text Java. Here only one line. Alert. Hello there. Within double quotation alert. Just run this program. See the output. Hello there. So whatever you have worked with website, it gives the one message, one alert message. Hello here. Okay. Once again try run this program. Just run this program to give the one alert message. Hello there. And now I am working with w3school.com. So it says hello there. Okay. This is the output. Okay, now another one program. It's a promote dialog box. It will give the dialog box also. So dialog box also. I will write the program. Let's with simple program. So within within the HTML tags, head here HTML head is open and head and closed and the script is open. Here same script type equal to text and they are used in variables. They have used the variables. So variable var rect value equal to promote, enter your name. Just run this program. And this program, this is out. Enter your name. Okay. Just run the row right side and row B. Okay. This is another one alert message. Alert message means it is promote dialog box. This is a dialog box. The dialog box by using the variable function. Okay. Just run. Enter your name. So is asking this that is whatever you are working this within current website. So w3schools.com says enter your name. Okay, just click. So this is sample programs under that working with functions in JavaScript. So thank you for watching our video. So next chapter going to next slide. Discuss about the next slide, next chapter, third chapter going to next slide. Okay, thank you.